I'm Keith Miller, president of Greenville Technical College. I want to thank everyone for being here today. Certainly appreciate your time. I know everyone is busy, especially this time of year, but this is a special ceremony, a special time for all of us, especially for our students, and I'll explain that as we move along. You know, we're here to talk about one of the college's strongest supporters, historically and today. But before I talk about the future, let me set the stage a little bit and talk about the past. You know, in 1962, we opened up our doors to Greenville Technical College, and in reality, a lot of the other colleges, the other 15 technical colleges in the state, opened their doors about the same time. And really, when you think about it, most two-year colleges, most community colleges open their doors nationwide about that same time. We all started roughly in a same 10 to 15 year time span, so that was certainly a key time for higher education. And the reason so many colleges nationwide, and certainly the reason that Greenville Tech was created, was really for a number of different things, but primarily to create access to a quality higher education, cost-effective higher education. So the focus was on the access. And I believe we've accomplished that. It's a goal that we always have to keep in front of us. There's no doubt about that. But the focus was on creating access for those that we serve. Because when you think about it, and this remains true today, you look at our student body, it's very diverse. We have students that are here that are juggling family responsibilities, job responsibilities. We have students that have been out of high school, been out of college for a number of years, and therefore have to get into some skill enhancement. And we have students that come here that are ready to excel. You might say they hit the ground running right away. And the key is, and really that's what makes us special as well as other community colleges, and that's the diversity of our student body. And that's where our donor comes in today. Because remember, once again, why we were created, and one of those reasons was the access. But as years went along, we soon discovered that it's not just about access. It's also about success. In other words, to put it a little bit more crudely, it's not just about getting the students in the front door. We also have to help them exit the back door, you might say, with that degree or that certificate in hand. So it is about that success component. And actually, the individual that we are here thanking and recognizing today characterizes her in many ways, because she was juggling family and job responsibilities. In addition to that, she was juggling the notion that she had just been told by a high school in another state that she was not college material. Boy, isn't that a way to encourage somebody to excel? Of course, you'll soon see that she proved that person wrong in many, many ways. But you know, when you focus on that success part, she found what was necessary at Greenville Technical College, and that was some dedicated faculty that took a personal interest in her. She found some dedicated services that helped her along the way. And she went on and she graduated with a baccalaureate degree, so we can certainly say that she has been successful. And even after doing that, her and her husband have created and run a very successful hardwood flooring company. Now, this graduate wants to see that same thing happens for students, not just of today, but of the future. And so Dodie Anderson has donated $2 million to the Greenville Tech Foundation to make sure that happens. Dodie, thank you very much for that generosity. That $2 million will help transform the building that we're in now. It will transform it to a student success center. Well, students will have access to tutoring, academic coaching, veterans assistance, counseling, a little bit of everything. It'll be centralized, you might say, in this location. The admissions and the registration part of what the college does will be moved in here as well from McAllister Square down Pleasantburg. So the convenience and the workability for the students will increase dramatically. So what we will have is the Dreisbach Anderson Student Success Center, because Dodie remembers what it took for her to excel and the attention that she was given from faculty and supportive staff, and she wants to make sure that students that come through here in the future are exposed to the same. You know, over lunch today, I talked a little bit about the college's mission and vision, but more about the tagline of the mission and vision, which is empowering people, changing lives, and reshaping communities. Because while Dodie's donation is going to transform the physical structure of this building and help us put services in place in here, it's really to touch some lives and to transform some lives through education. She has always been supportive through establishing scholarships and other ways of supporting Greenville Technical College, as well as other colleges and universities throughout the state. But when you think of those taglines, think of Dodie, because she really is, by this donation and her generosity, she really is empowering people, she is reshaping communities, and she is changing lives. And for that, we are certainly appreciative of everything that you've done for us. But she will tell you a little bit more about the naming of the building and her experience while at Greenville Tech. But right now, I would like to turn it over to Les Gardner, who is with the Greenville Tech Foundation, who will introduce our donor. Les?
Thank you, Dr. Miller. What you are looking at are some architectural renderings of what this building will look like when it's all done. On the first day of my college student experience, I never dreamed I've had the opportunity to daily interact with business and community leaders and philanthropists capable and willing to make significant contributions to a thriving, progressive community like Greenville, South Carolina. As I sat at my desk in the class offered by Highland Community College in the small town of Mount Carroll, Illinois, yep, small, population then less than 2,000, the only thing that was certain was uncertainty. But thanks to the professors in that small community college, I can say I now have the opportunity that was not even considered then. Those professors started me on my road to success. And on that first day, I never dreamed that I'd be speaking to a crowd like this today. And here I am, one of 5 people speaking to you today who have all benefited from a community college education. 3 others like me started on a 2-year college campus and continued. The other, my boss, graduated from a leading university that will go unnamed, though it has a national reputation, and then attended Greenville Technical College to get the skills she needed to succeed. Enough about me and my story. Our focus today and every day at Greenville Tech is the success of those who are students and the success of those who become their employers. It's fitting today that we're announcing a new step forward in assuring student success, and doing so with the support and participation of 2 Greenville Tech grads, each with different challenges when they entered Greenville Tech, but both have clearly gone on to become significant contributors to our community, positively affecting the lives of many. I am pleased to be able to introduce one of those people, our dear friend Dodie Anderson. She's been given and is proud of the name Dolores, but don't call her Dolores. She'll think you're someone she doesn't know who's after her vote or her money. She is Dodie. She'll share her story of success with you in a moment. I want to say sincerely to all of you and to Dodie that she's been one of the most delightful people I've had the opportunity to work with in my role at the Greenville Tech Foundation. She has taught me how to be a Gamecock fan. And through that, she has helped enhance my patience. She has always answered the phone or quickly returned the call when it was me on the line and I asked for Dodie. And she has shown me tenacity as she has dealt with some recent health challenges and has now declared herself feisty once again. And I don't know how many times, Gary, you taught this lesson, but she learned well the lesson that Paul sent to Timothy. Tell them to use their money to do good. They should be rich in good works and generous to those in need, always ready to share with others. It's my pleasure at this time to introduce the woman who calls Greenville Tech my college, Dodie Anderson.
It's so good to stand here and see some of the people from my past that I haven't seen in forever. How did they find you? I'm glad they did. Well, they've given me a speech, so I will share it with you. And I'm supposed to say, thank you, Les. As Dr. Miller mentioned, I was a high school junior in Chicago when a teacher told me that I shouldn't go to college. That negative message stuck with me for years. After I married and had children, my husband and I owned a plywood manufacturing company. Actually, he owned it. I knew that I could play a bigger role in the company if I came here to improve my business skills. How about that? But that teacher's voice inside my head kept saying, you can't, you won't, you shouldn't even try. Eventually, with the encouragement of my husband and family, I turned the volume on that voice down. I enrolled at Greenville Tech. And in my first class, I encountered an amazing professor named Dr. Norm Rayford. Where are you, Norm? And what a cheerleader he was. There was no turning back when you get under his wing and you're on your way. He became not only my teacher, but my cheerleader. He praised my writing and asked me to share it with the class. He believed in me, showing me that I belonged on this campus, that I could do it and I could survive even more. With his strong support, I earned an associate degree here and went on to what was then USC Spartanburg to continue and graduate with a bachelor's degree. So Dr. Norm Raper is one reason why I am motivated to pay it forward. Thank you. And Daniel Dreisbach, Dr. Daniel Dreisbach. He wasn't a doctor when I first knew him. He was my classmate here at Greenville Tech in the late 70s. At the time, he was a young man who wanted to pursue a college education but was short on resources. So he worked all night at the hospital as an orderly, and he studied here on this campus during the day. With the education and support he received here, he began to dream. Decided on the next step of earning a bachelor's degree. And he began to think beyond that bachelor's degree to possibilities including a graduate degree, or a law degree. He had big dreams. But he had to be free of some of the financial constraints from fully participating in student activities. So he went to the library. And this is a thought, I wouldn't have thought of this, and checked out a book of grants, foundations, and scholarships. And he happened upon the Rhodes Scholarship. He sat down with one of his Greenville Tech instructors, Dr. Keller Freeman, and with her encouragement, he applied, and as a result, he became the only graduate from South Carolina Tech College system ever to achieve this great honor. Dr. Dreisbach completed a Doctor of Philosophy degree at the University of Oxford, and then earned a law degree at the University of Virginia. He is considered one of the nation's leading scholars on First Amendment law. My experience, along with Dr. Dreisbach's life and achievements, show that Greenville Technical College can be a springboard to virtually anything a student dreams of or has yet to believe is possible. Both of us want others to have the safe chance. I am thrilled to support the college that started me on the road to success, and the place where a young man began to see him as the scholar he became. It is a joy for me to support the Dodie Anderson Student Success Center so that every student from every background has every chance of dreaming big and making those dreams come true. Now, I'd like to introduce Dr. Daniel Dreisbach, a professor in the Department of Justice, Law, and Criminology at American University in Washington, D.C., where he is a past recipient of the university's highest faculty award, Scholar Teacher of the Year. He is highly respected expert on American constitutional law, and I got another page here. You have to wait a minute. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Mark. history. What was that? The author or editor, he wrote books, 10 books, numerous articles, and most importantly, my good friend, Dr. Dreisbach. Wait a minute. I put it again. Okay.
Well, thank you, Ms. Anderson, for that introduction. I was a little worried it could have gone in a number of different directions there. But I'm very grateful and appreciate your generous words of introduction. I am enormously grateful to you for the friendship and encouragement that you've extended to me over many, many years. And I'm honored to be invited by you to stand alongside you today for this event. Today we celebrate your many contributions to this community, and in particular your contributions to Greenville Tech. Your commitment and contributions to this community inspire and challenge us all to be better citizens. Through your generous investments in education in particular, you have made a difference in this community, and that's worth celebrating. In the words of an old saying, you are known by the company you keep. And this afternoon, I'm honored to be in very good company, the company of my friends here at Greenville Tech, and most especially my friend and classmate, Dodie Anderson. This is also an opportunity to celebrate the contributions Greenville Tech has made not only in Dodie's life and in my life, but also the opportunities for success it promises to make in the lives of students today and for many years to come. We measure the success of a college not by the ivy on its walls, but by the investment faculty and staff pour into the lives of the students they serve, by the enriched and empowered lives it produces, and by its vision for creating good citizens. By these measures of success, Greenville Tech has proven itself a bedrock institution and an invaluable resource in Greenville and across the upstate. Ms. Anderson, our lives were enriched by some of the same courses and by several of the same remarkable educators. And I had some extraordinary instructors here at Greenville Tech, not simply good teachers, but great teachers, who have been my mentors and friends for the last 40 years. Think about that. When I enrolled in your classes 40 years ago, you didn't know I would still be enrolled, taking lessons in the School of Lifelong Learning that you offered. And among these professors have already been mentioned, Professor Norman Rayford and Professor Keller Cushing Freeman, both of which were mentioned in Dodie's remarks. And I'm delighted that they are both here this afternoon. They saw potential in me that I did not see in myself, and that is the gift of an extraordinary teacher. And my encounters with them on this campus changed the trajectory of my life. If not for the instruction and direction given to me both inside and outside the classroom by professors like Norman Rayford and Keller Freeman, my life would have followed, I'm sure, a very different path. And what an extraordinary journey it has been for me, from Greenville Tech to USC Upstate, and then 4 remarkable years at Oxford University, one of the great universities of the world. And I've now spent nearly 30 satisfying years as a teacher at American University in our nation's capital, trying to emulate the master teachers I encountered at Greenville Tech. And I never forget that the academic foundations of my career in higher education were laid here at Greenville Tech. What I appreciated about Greenville Tech is that it was accessible and affordable. It took me where I was as a young man, it challenged me, and then directed me to the next stage of my life. I knew I wanted a college education, but I had to work full time to pay the bills. That was a fact I couldn't change. And what Greenville Tech did for me, it made it possible for me to pursue my goals around that fact I could not change. I took classes early in the morning and in the evening, before and after work, in pursuit of that goal. And the promise of Greenville Tech is to take students wherever they are in life and put them on a track to success. And I'm pleased to stand here this afternoon alongside Ms. Anderson as she invests in facilities and resources that will make that promise accessible to an even greater number of students. Ms. Anderson, thank you for investing in the students of Greenville Tech and for enhancing their opportunities for success. And thank you for the high honor to be mentioned alongside you as one of Greenville Tech's many success stories. So thank you, Ms. Anderson, and thank you, Greenville Tech.
How about that? Thank you, Dodie Anderson. I don't think we'll ever be able to say thank you enough. We are humbled to receive your support, and we are blessed to experience your passion, your grace, and your humor. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today for this very special celebration. As Vice President for Advancement, my role is to lead the Greenville Tech Foundation, a nonprofit that exists to support our students and the college. Since my arrival here almost 2 years ago now, I have had the pleasure of meeting and working with some of the most remarkable, generous, passionate, and committed people. Our donors like Dodie, our faculty, Les Gardner and the rest of the foundation team, members of the college staff, I see you out there, and most of all, our amazing students. It really doesn't get any better than this. Daniel, thank you for sharing your story so eloquently. You are a wonderful representative of Greenville Tech. It is amazing to me, despite many challenges, that you persisted and succeeded beyond anyone's dreams, perhaps even your own. I too, as Les told you, have a Greenville Tech story. I'm a proud graduate of the University of Illinois. At the same time Daniel was graduating from Greenville Tech in 1980, I was headed to Greenville right after graduation, bent on a career in service to others. A few years later, I found myself in a supervisory role, something that I had not been trained to do at the University of Illinois. Without a second thought, I turned to Greenville Technical College, and I took courses in human resource management. I attribute much of my success over these decades to the instruction and guidance I received here at Greenville Tech, because my role required me to work with, to manage, and to lead people. As I close this wonderful celebration today, I think you might have noted a common theme: encouragement, praise, exceptional instruction, and teachers. Both Dodie and Daniel benefited 1,000 times over from the encouragement and praise of their professors, Dr. Rayford and Dr. Freeman. Such simple gestures with enduring power and impact. Please join me one more time in recognizing Dodie Anderson and the people who influenced her path, leading us to this day. I also want to give a special shout out to many of our Greenville Technical College staff and our Greenville Tech Foundation staff who helped put this day together for us to celebrate this glorious gift, Dodie, and in particular, Becky Mann. I saw you in here a minute ago. Where is she? Hiding. Thank you so much to all of you for helping us put this together and make this day extra special. I hope that you will plan to stay and enjoy our wonderful and special desserts and beverages behind us here. Dodie, we would love for you and your family to join us here at the podium near the check so that we may take some photos. And we'd like to include, of course, Dr. Miller, Dr. Rayford, Dr. Freeman, and Dr. Dreisbach. So please, you all join us near the check, and the rest of you feel free to begin on the desserts, and we will soon join you. Again, thank you ever so much, Dodie. Have a great day.